Paper. Don't forget to subscribe. You hear? Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. You see me? To all of these sweet content. And people just a block up the traffic, people. Second Avenue, go down on First.
And it's really not because they kind of want more of an edge rusher than the Dexter Lawrence type. Yeah, Dexter
Oh, 38.
But you look at somebody who needs like a Cam Hayward type of thing. I'm trying to think what's the team that couldn't stop the run and needs to stop the run. That's a good one. The Giants. But the Giants are past 4, right? So one, they may need to, like, can you go to Debo now and say, hey man, we need to restructure your contract already? Like, can you go to Burns and give him an extension and stretch that thing out? I don't know. I mean, a team like the Buffalo Bills, they were 6 from the bottom against the run, but the Bears were 6 from the bottom against the run. Yeah, but I feel like the Bills need that because that allows Ed Oliver to be able to work inside. They need a big body fight, so they play especially the tough practice all the time. Now who knows under Joe Brady what it's going to take. We need to find a team that's desperate to win, and a team that's desperate to try and get it done. So I mean, I look at a team like the Rams. The Rams have, well, they got rid of their pick, so. Yeah, but they're not going to, I don't think they're going to get rid of that. All right, here are the late first round picks, okay? We'll go from 22 on, because 22 is the Chargers. Then it's the Eagles. Browns, what about Cleveland? The 24. The Bears are 25, the Bills are 26. But you also have to send him to a team where he would sign an extension. I don't know if he's going to sign with me. Like, it's great him and Miles Garrett together, shake and bake, all that type of stuff. And I don't know if they're willing to do that.
Comes a woman down there, so that's going to go up on Second Avenue. Paper. They'll come up on Second.
Coming back slowly from the outside. You know, you talk about what's in that division. He feels like a 49er. Yeah, I wouldn't say the Patriots, because the Patriots have Barrymore.
Paper, that's United Nation with all I flag them. That's United Nation. Every country is supposed to have a flag up there. Yeah. Now we are up on the FDR Drive. your people. I got 66th Street or something like that. Tell you them road I want fix. And this is America, people. Okay? This is America. FDR Drive, Manhattan. Bounty killer would have said Gallatin. All of them exit here, buck up like whoa. What are the police? Traffic people, traffic. Yeah, traffic.
You anticipate him to start and play a lot as a rookie. Even though they're
being priced out or deciding to wait. In the world is now hitting home. Floyd Lane is at 34 and 54.
Be it traffic. they look like. No, sir. No, sir.
I'm not here to do that. Tax relief advocate is different. ERA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-595-1395. Don't lose hope. ERA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous program.
Yeah, people, this is still the FDR drive. You know what I'm saying?
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. And your tax nightmare today.
Them a bill up over this. Get some donuts. I'm picking the love donut. And then after that, I can go past this. Alright, so like we start work for now. Be a traffic people. Good thing is, may I come off down here soon. Then go there soon. This is 138 on the Grand Concourse in the Bronx.
Meteorologist Heather there. Looking pretty good across the area right now. We've got a partly sunny sky, and that's going to continue for the day, but so will this gusty wind, and it's going to be quite chilly as well. Temperatures just really aren't going to go up much today. We'll get up to about 53 degrees. Then as the wind drops off tonight, it gets clear and colder. We'll fall all the way to 32 in the city with 20s in most of the suburbs. It'll stay sunny but very cool tomorrow with the cold.
Yeah, people, so I gotta stop down here, so I think I'll go down this so first and then go so. Let me catch yesterday, I couldn't catch up at top. But I really want to catch up at top. I really bottom I need to catch. Let's park this one. Alright, people, mega part. Okay, my people, they're on the move again. So, go through it, you see? These are the Bronx people. 138 in the Bronx. Then I go bus a ride on Morris Avenue in the Bronx. Yeah, people, this is 139th Street and Morris Avenue in the Bronx. I got travel from Morris Avenue. So this is Bronx, New York, people.
His ex-wife and
Yeah.
his daughter both allegedly got paid 7 figures to participate
My place.
in the murder.
Yeah. Now we're like Bronx.
Their attorney says the
Yeah.
cleared of
My
any
place.
involvement in the crime.
Matter when nobody wants it. Bronx are my place, you see it? Yeah. I just say things said people. You know, make nobody tell you nothing. I just say that. Alright, make a pause here a second and forward back. Okay, people, so we are go. We are go. Touchdown. Touchdown. Ride with me now, people, as we ride to Hunts Point. So we are going to go down by Hunts Point.
pleading for Hamas for Trump.
I just hope we find her. I don't want to go forever just not ever finding her again. I don't know that this is closer than we.
The U.S. Coast Guard is assisting the
So
Royal
boom.
Police Force.
We are going to hit down here, so hunting and thing.
Guards of the AI chatbot Gemini.
This is, look, people, look, anywhere Jamaican there with it, look there. See Jamaican flag in the window? Jamaica that fear. So we dip on it. So this actually, this street is called, I think Alexandria. I gotta make sure, I gotta look on it. Make sure so I go to the right name in Bronx. You see? Yeah, man. Alexandra Avenue. Yeah. But this, when I drive on, I Bruckner Boulevard. So this is Bruckner Boulevard, people. You see? Yeah.
Aircraft and helicopters who still managed to get to safety, and there were no casualties on Saturday. It's really extraordinary.
When they make the movie, there will be a dry eye in that theater when the credits are rolling. And those words, I'm glad you raised those words.
I'm sorry for them man that will drive them big rig, you know. In this little place, I'm more while, you know, brother. I'm not lie. Yeah, we then whip it up, then whip it up. Nice. And bad like that.
Anybody who's ever been stuck on the ground.
Yeah, nice.
If they get rid of the
Nice.
warthogs, you're going to have, a massive protest. And if they do, my bet is that we're not going to be getting rid of any A-10 warthogs anytime soon.
No, I'm going to be part of the protesters if they do, because I remember I spent a lot of harrowing hours inside Saddam's palace today. We took it with the 5th Marines. We were pinned down because the Iraqis were firing out of a mosque, the ROE, the Pentagon said you can't fire back. And then finally, we were stuck so hard, they said, bring in the Sammys. And that took about 2 minutes to fix everything.
Trust me. So this is a Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx, people. That we are traveling on right now. You see, Bruckner Boulevard.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt, and it has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-717-9090 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-717-9090.
We are moved to paper. So what I gotta do now is I drive so fast on that road there, like I don't know if the camera there on it. You sure I spotted this thing. This Bruckner Boulevard still people you go underneath one of the, it's actually like a overhead pass because you have the highway up on top of it to one next road. So when they on top of it, so that's the highway, that's Bruckner Boulevard, freeway there, which is the express. That would be the express, yeah. So we are going. So yeah, people. Oh, no, just continue. Stay with me on the journey as I do the thing you see. Yeah. Guys, them a come back home. Tell you, boy. Mankind is so great, team people. When them go to the moon and circle the moon, the back part of the moon, them say. And the up of the moon, they really go do. You know, sometimes them people just say, "Let be a girl." You don't even know where you are. What is what, because guess what? I know you got it. They can't tell you anything. So, just hope. That's so for real. See, and I also know we have got hunts point, people. So you see, if you not drive a certain place and come off certain place, then guess what? You don't know. So what gonna happen now is you lose out on the fact that you won't be able to turn because them block off the express lane over there. So you have to come over upon the shoulder area. Come over here, so what them people or something are going up front. Oh, you have a flat tire, brother. Yeah, flat tire. You're up on the wrong side. Oh, what is you need to do? I think what tire shop this one you have this, so you go down there. That's so. Then me go. How we go again? I think we can shut across that bridge so I'll come up. Yeah, I think we can make that right. Make that right turn. That's so. Bust that right. That's so.
Words of President Joe Biden being retarded, but I couldn't find it. But that doesn't mean I don't believe President Trump. The fact, though, is clear. It does illustrate that when American administrations are not willing to go to the
Yeah.
dangerous.
They go over from time now, people. Come boy, push out now, man. They're going like a fool. Some drivers sometimes see people then drive like them and scared to drive.
Tax relief advocate is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you or 500,000, we have a solution.
boom.
It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-550-8178. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is justice and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmares today. Visit us online at TRA.com. 800-550-8178. 800-550-8178. Tax Remittance Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
WABC D'Agostino and Associates, the industry firm. Time is 11:59. I'm John D'Agostino. D'Agostino and Associates.
So this paper is Hunts Point. So if you know the Bronx, you know, so the Hunts Point, no, the Hunts Point is where you get a lot of junk. Not said junk, but it's like junkyard. It used to be predominantly just junkyard and like food. Yeah, so most of New York City food coming through. You understand? Through Hunts Point. You know, you talk about the fish market, Hunts Point. When you talk about all of them places, Hunts Point, you see. So Hunts Point are the lick people, you see. Yeah man, Hunts Point are the lick, so.
And they did that all of a sudden. The entire country of Iran knew there was a pilot somewhere on their land who was fighting for his life. It also made it much more difficult.
I really want to block up the driveway, but that's how you go. Alright people, I'm gonna pause again. Okay my people. So we are on Randall's Avenue. In the Bronx. Here's it. Very nice and hot. Let's see impressions.
I see that benefiting is business studies.
It's
I don't see the business studies thing that you do, Jim. But I did tell you, and will continue to tell you, that companies are gouge the hell out of them. That's what they do. That's what they've always done.
All this
Right?
person
Whatever
there.
they can charge, they're going to charge. Alan Kelly, Chesterfield, Michigan. Sometimes you're informative on that. I have a thought. Since the people of Iran have largely been cut off from outside contact and news, since we seem to have total air superiority, why don't we drop leaflets over Tehran, encourage them to take back their control? I don't know if leaflets are going to do it, Alan. I think everybody knows in Iran what the situation is. Leaflets. I don't know. There's a ledger of 4. Why aren't the Arab countries stepping up their offensive attacks against Iran? They buy all these planes and weapons from us. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. But their military machines are relatively small. Get a lot of help from Saudi Arabia and allies, UAE.
Hunts Point Avenue people. You make the right there so and go fish. If you go do fish. But fish market only in the night time. I understand.
Protection
trailer you have to come in contact with and thing, you see? Yeah. So the thing work, man. Them level off down there so them are go do some construction.
There's no getting around it. Upward pressure on oil prices means more pain at the pump, with the nationwide average for a gallon of regular gas having gone from $3.32
Yeah, how much a gas, people?
according to AAA, in just 1 month's time. Prices remain highest in California at $5.92 a gallon on average. This driver floored by the price of gas.
It's just kind of outrageous how much it's jumped recently. And it's just keeps me going up every other day.
Caleb Silver is investor deviated in China. He says we're all going to face this reality for a bit.
Consumers expect higher prices, not just at the pump, but starting to bleed through other parts of the supply chain. That means at the grocery store, that means for interest rates.
James Flippin for 77 WABC News. You talk, we listen. This is Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Now the O'Reilly update brings you something you might not know. 14 years ago today, the greatest television journalist who ever lived died at the age of 93. His death ended a legendary career that spanned 6 decades, 21 Emmy Awards. Here's the story of Mike Wallace. Born in 1918 to Russian Jewish immigrants, young Michael lived in Boston and then enlisted in the U.S. Navy and served as a communications officer during World War II. In 1946, he landed a job at CBS Radio in Chicago, working as an announcer for various game shows, The Green Hornet, The Lone Ranger. Wallace transitioned to TV in the 1950s, appearing on 2 programs, Night Beat and The Mike Wallace Interview. The journalist was then hired as the first correspondent for 60 Minutes. That program and Mike Wallace interviewed me.
You know, you're responsible for this O'Reilly deal. And I always tell everybody, you got a problem with me? You call Mike Wallace. He's responsible for the O'Reilly deal. What are you talking about? When I was growing up, I didn't care about the news at all. I had no interest in the news. But my father liked you.
Are you serious about this?
I'm serious. No, I'm serious about it. Okay? And I said, that guy, he's pretty interesting. Because he's giving people a hard time, which is what he did.
During his 38-year tenure at 60 Minutes, Wallace conducted intense interviews with the most important people in the world. The Ayatollah Khomeini, Richard Nixon, Malcolm X, Johnny Carson, on and on. The journalist announced his retirement in March 2006. He returned to his home in Connecticut, where he died from natural causes on April 7, 2012. And here's something else you might not know. Mike Wallace's interviewing style was so intense, it actually earned its own nickname.
Yeah,
Mike
people, traffic, people, traffic.
examined the guest suffering fear
Still a
and
traffic.
intimidation while sitting down with the legendary Mike Wallace. I'm glad I had that experience. Back in a moment. Financial stress is hitting an all-time high. Millions of Americans are stretched thin with no extra money, no room to breathe. This isn't just lower-income households. Middle-class families are also running out of options. If debt has been weighing on you, you are not alone. And waiting usually makes things worse. Interest grows. Minimum payments trap you. Nothing changes.
You don't need another loan or to consider bankruptcy. You need a strategy. That's why I like Done with Debt. They build a smart, personalized plan around you and understand what it takes to work toward the biggest reductions possible. Whether you owe $10,000 or much more, their goal is simple: lower what you owe so you keep more vacation. Start with a free consultation at donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and old legs looking out for you.
These days, they try to divide us.
You gotta keep them separated.
But 77 WABC uses common sense thinking with entertaining and informative talk 24/7, 365. More 77 WABC listeners. And listen to 77 WABC than any other station. The Greg Kelly Show.
We just a do it, people. We a do it, you see it? Yeah, man, we a do it, man. The light lit we go, so we a do it, you see it? Is the Bruckner. I understand. So this is still Bruckner. This is the Bruckner Highway.
Radicalized minds prevail. Maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world.
This not normally back up and things, so I don't know what go on here, so now people, but we are going through still.
Alright, he's warning that you're blowing up the civilization. Sounds like really
like them are
open
on the road.
everybody. No, I think he's going to possibly, this is a threat.
No, not them, you know, because them are clean up.
He can't destroy
Them are clean up, so that's a good thing. So we cry for every day, them man, them need to hire people and clean up the place.
People are like, wait, you can't eradicate the entire civilization.
Clean up the place, man, make the place look beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Too long like, yo.
We don't want that to happen. He's not going to do that. We're not dropping an atomic bomb or a hydrogen bomb or a neutron bomb or anything like that. We're not going to do that. We are, however, well, I don't know. You know?
Listen to Bill Riley, man. Bill Riley, Black Action Network, Black and get the worst channel.
But experts say unusually warm weather has brought an early start to rattler season, meaning they're venturing.
So people will still live on the Bruckner. Yeah. Sometime right up as the police them sit down. Normally see a car sit down out as up on the right.
There's a difference between liking something and actually getting it. Redfin is making just that difference and close the gap between finding and owning a home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin is turning saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own
people, stay
In
tuned
Wayne, New Jersey is starting
and
sold out.
just go
Don't get shut
and
out. Register now at 1010
watch what
wins.com.
go on, you see?
All new, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. It's 51 degrees. I'm Linda Lopez, and here's what's happening. The son of one of the alleged victims of the Gilgo Beach serial killer has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Rex Heuermann and his family. Police asking for help finding a person who randomly punched a man in a Bronx subway station. President Trump threatening Iran again with his deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz by 8 tonight. There's a rally in Albany this hour against those so-called buffer zones around houses of worship in New York. And New Jersey wants to solve the problem of all its different school districts going on spring break at different times. And then we're into happy weather, sunny skies, mix of sunny clouds for the rest of the day, and the temperature pretty much stays where it is, 51 right now with a high of 53. And that's great. With 6 on 1221, let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart. In New Jersey and Denville, eastbound Route 10 at Franklin Road, down postal out there in the left lane. Left lane's blocked. Detoured locally if you can, or try Route 46. But honestly, eastbound 10's not that bad. Yeah, I would assume that you'll be able to get through it really in no time, so don't worry about it too much. But if you want, you can absolutely take 46. Over the Hudson River, as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, still 20 in and out of GW Bridge, the upper
Close
and
up,
lower
that's
levels.
then the
Inbound
brother.
Highlands 20, and the inbound Lincoln is
The road up
10. Williams, westbound LIE, the Clearview, we have an accident there. The left and part of the center lane are blocked, and as we check what we see on the Highlands Big 3, the westbound LIE is still very heavy from Lakeville Road to Springfield Boulevard with construction. The northern state's not bad, and the southern state is kind of nice, actually. Response by MajorWorld.com. Don't get duped by low advertised prices on pre-owned cars. Once you try to buy one, their final price will end up being thousands more. Come to Major World for transparent pricing and no surprises. Major World, 4340 Northern Boulevard, Long Island City, Queens. Call 1-800-MAJOR-AUTO or go to MajorWorld.com. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. A lawsuit has now been filed by the adult son of one of the alleged victims of the Gilgo Beach serial killer. Attorney John Ray says life for Valerie Mack
So this now, people,
has been very hard after
is
his
the
mom disappeared
95
in 2000
knot.
when he was only 6 years old.
She disappears, he's heartbroken.
95 knot.
Ray filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Sherman, who is charged with her murder. His ex-wife and adult daughter both allegedly got paid 7 figures to participate in a documentary on the murder.
95
Saying that
knot.
they had no knowledge of what was going on in their 1,343 square foot house is absurd.
Their attorney says the two have been cleared of any involvement in the crime.
And they
The
know
all
from the
10 wins,
95
92
knot
on Long Island.
just turned
Police
on
need help finding a person who randomly punched a man in a Bronx
the Hutch.
subway station around 6:30 in
Henry
the morning on
Hutchison.
March 27th. Police say the suspect punched the 47-year-old victim in the face on a staircase at the Pelham Bay Park station. Some suspect then jumped on a 6 train. The victim was taken to a hospital and is okay. Surveillance pictures of the suspect have been posted on the NYPD's Crime Stoppers X page. A former senior Biden official has been tapped to be the city's next ACS commissioner. Mayor Mamdani has announced that Rebecca Jones-Gaston will leave the office, saying she'll help build a city where every child has an opportunity.
Thinking about what she brings to this position, it's nearly 3 decades of experience, and it's a vision of a city where young people are safe and thriving, and that their families are also supported as the ones who provide the most important resources and protection.
Gaston, home and foster care as an infant, previously served as the commissioner for the Administration on Children, Youth, and Families at HHS. She is also led child welfare systems in Oregon.
Nice dear people.
There's a demonstration in
Nice.
Albany this afternoon against those so-called buffer
Beautiful.
zones around houses of worship and reproductive facilities in New York. A proposed state law would ban protests within 25 feet. Justin Harrison, New York Civil Liberty Team.
Beautiful.
This is every house of worship, and regardless of whether that house of worship has ever seen a protest, and regardless
Yeah,
of
they
whether
are
it's the
nice.
same house of
Be a
worship
water
that
fly
might
out that tailpipe.
a demonstration.
Governor Hochul says she backs the legislation. Here in the city, a scale back measure was passed, which gives the NYPD license to set up
first round today are in companies most affected by the oil price surge. That includes airlines. Some of the biggest falling as much as 5%. Carriers have been moving to mitigate the hit from higher price fuel. Already this month, United Airlines and JetBlue Airways announced fee hikes for checked bags. Today, Delta joins them. $10 hikes for the first and second checked bags. Mandro O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Now this message, Riverside Memorial Chapel, for generations a symbol of Jewish tradition and uncompromising quality.
1010 wins.
When I need to know.
What I need to know?
When I need to know.
1010 wins.
On 92.3 FM.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
So now you're on Pelham Parkway, people. So this is Pelham Parkway.
Beautiful shot, honor the great.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100%.
Yeah, so this is Pelham Parkway.
Switch today.
At Northwell's Cardiovascular Institute, there's no heart condition too complex.
Like Alexa saying, people. I love to get one.
With the nation's highest.
No, I like Alexa. It remind me of the older one, them back in the days when I did like. Yeah. This is the modern day one. Like it.
Visit northwell.edu/.
Love the shape, you know? Shape of it nice.
Great health.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt?
One day.
By making minimum payments. With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-999-3339. That's 800-999-3339. Again, that's 800-999-3339.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career. My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years. Learn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Constant application may vary. Online help questions required.
It's sunny and 50 degrees. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lopez. When's news time? 12:30.
Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Rincon. There have been all sorts of threats coming from President Trump aimed at Iran as we inch closer to his deadline for a deal or face large-scale attacks. Trump set a deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz by 8 o'clock tonight.
President Trump posted on social media saying, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will," unquote. This follows a weekend posting peppered with expletives that said, quote, "Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it," unquote. The threat, which said bombing will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, comes as the White House rejects claims that Vice President J.D. Vance implied nuclear weapons might be used against Iran.
Linda Kenyon reporting. This morning, the U.S. military did hit targets inside Kark Island. Iran stores oil on that island. There's a power plant there, a natural gas facility. The response from Iran, well, it's calling for its people, young people, to create human chains around energy sites to prevent them from being attacked. Wins News Time 12:31. Let's get you to where you need to go with Greg Rice.
Now we go to Queens, where it's just awful on the Cross Island Parkway with repair work either in your Bell Boulevard. Clearview works for everybody, and it works a whole lot better. Long Island Expressway doesn't really work because just east of the Clearview, the Long Island Expressway is dealing with right lane construction and the long-term work in both directions. So out of Nassau, westbound LIE loaded up from New Hyde Park Road. The eastbound line gets worse again in Queens from Casino Boulevard. It's not perfect, but if you're not in a truck, it's a whole lot better on the Grand Central Parkway. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. City-bound side of the George Washington Bridge, the upper and lower levels not great. It's at least a 45-minute upper level ride right now, 30 minutes or so on the inbound lower level of the George. West side, the best of it out. Cross Bronx, the worst, and a crash near Jerome Avenue isn't helping. Lincoln Tunnel and Holland Tunnel right now, no more than a few minutes in either direction. Southbound side of the New England Thruway coming down towards exit 14, you got a crash, you got the middle lane knocked out of service. That's what's making a mess south of New Rochelle, all the way down towards the Bronx line. If you're not in a truck, you stay with the southbound hutch. And if you're in a jam, call the Barnes Firm traffic tip line at 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-JAM-1010. Traffic is sponsored by the Barnes Firm. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible.
Manhattan, long night. A check of the AccuWeather forecast. Meteorologist Heather there.
We're looking at a nice day across the area overall, but it's definitely windy and chilly. Temperatures are only going to go up to 53 for a high this afternoon. Pretty much staying around in the low 50s for the rest of the day. And with the wind blowing, even though we are going to have partial sunshine, AccuWeather real field temperatures are mostly going to be in the 40s. Tonight the wind drops off and it's clear and colder. We'll get all the way down to 32 in the city with 20s in most suburbs. A freeze watch is in effect for a lot of places outside of the city for those low temperatures. And then for tomorrow, it stays cool. We have that cold start and then a high of only 49 despite a sunny sky. Heading into Thursday, a few clouds mixed with the sun, but it's also not as chilly. We'll head back to 54, then all the way up to 65 as sun mixes with clouds on Friday. Currently, it's partly sunny, 50 in Central Park, going up to 53. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather there on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
The Trump administration has been gutting protections for transgender students. This week, it did away with agreements to protect trans kids in 5 school districts and 1 college. The department backing away from requirements negotiated by previous administrations that took a different interpretation of civil rights. Here in the city, kids are on spring break. On the other side of the Hudson River, some are off, some aren't. Spring break is not uniformed in New Jersey. Each school district sets its own schedule.
I use the example. My one daughter lives in Metuchen. They had spring break last week. My other daughter lives in South Plainfield, where I live. They have spring break this week. My daughter, whose kids have spring break this week, is a teacher in New Brunswick. They had spring break last week. So in other words, parents and the kids are not off at the same time.
State Senator Patrick Dignan wants to change that. He's proposed a bill to make spring break uniform for all schools in New Jersey. Says families with kids enrolled in different schools, public versus private, or in different districts, that makes it harder for them to coordinate time off at work, vacation plans, childcare. He says he's got almost unanimous support among Democrats in the legislature and is confident the bill will get passed. In Times Square, you can see it like you've never seen it before, an enhanced viewing experience opening to the public today.
If you're brave enough to walk the glass 19 floors above the Times Square Plaza, you can get an up-close look at the iconic New Year's Eve ball.
And get a whole new perspective on Times Square.
Hilton Ortiz, the general manager of One Times Square, says this is a true Times Square New Year's Eve experience, even if you're not here when we ring in the new year.
Centennial Ball, which is our retired ball from 2007. Take pictures with the numerals.
You can also visit the confetti wishing wall on display. Write down your wish for the new year, and that piece of confetti will be one of the many pieces dropped in the sky for the start of 2027. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM in Times Square.
2 South American powerhouse singers teaming up for the first time, teasing new music together. More on that in 1010 Winds Entertainment.